AC/DC.
Is it true you went 12 for 12 with last year's Maximum Cover models?
That is an excellent question. Yes and no.
It's not yes and no, it's a no. Did you go 12 for 12 months? No, you had a scheduling conflict. Did you go 12 for 12 models? No, there were 13.
I don't want to see this on your MySpace page.
MySpace.
Come on. Just click it. Don't change any settings.
Aw, poor guy didn't get his photo. Hope you don't hesitate like that when your life depends on it.
At age 4, he built his first circuit.
This was actually an image of Bill Gates next to co-founder Paul Allen.
And at 17, he graduated summa cum laude from MIT.
Summa cum laude from MIT? I highly doubt that.
Then, the passing of a
The Washington Times thought December 17th, 1991 was a Friday when it was actually a Tuesday.
Tony Stark. Visionary. Genius. American patriot.
1 minute of exposition.
Well, I'm not Tony Stark.
You're not?
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
And what do you say to your other nickname, the Merchant of Death?
That's not Ben.
Look, I get we're building to an epiphany moment, but could you possibly lay this arrogance on any thicker?
You ever lose an hour of sleep your whole life?
Be prepared to lose a few with you.
There is no way this works.
High tide will be at 10:52 a.m.
You've been awake for all of 8 seconds and are now staring out the bright window without squinting. Also, this seems like the most awkward position for a QWERTY keyboard.
After all these years, Tony still has you picking up the dry cleaning.
That is kind of the nature of assistance, and why do you say it with such acrimony? You just met her.
I do anything and everything that Mr. Stark requires, including occasionally taking out the trash. Will that be all? Your flight was scheduled to leave an hour and a half ago.
That's funny. I thought with it being my plane and all, that it would just wait for me to get
Tony,
there.
I need...
Sure, the plane will wait, but since you do need to be at your destination by a certain time, you should probably still leave on time.
Find this before
What are you
you
trying
get
to
on
get rid
the
of me
plane.
for? What, do you got plans?
No, you have plans. Remember? You have a plane to catch?
No, you don't have to be like me. But you are more than what you are.
Yeah, we all have that one annoying drunk friend.
Hey, way to go, my boy.
International video chat using an LG VX 9400 on Verizon's network? Not a chance.
I'm sorry, this is the fun V. The Humvee is back there.
So Rhodey was in the Humvee behind Stark and survives the ambush. Did he seriously just leave Stark there to die?
What the hell did you do to me?
Enough time has passed that the doctor is no longer shaving and now in the middle of cooking, and you are just asking this question now?
It says they have everything you need to build the Jericho missile.
They do? How do they know everything that's required? Do they have schematics? If so, why can't they build it? If not, how are they so sure?
3 gigajoules per second.
That could run your heart for 50 lifetimes.
I'm not a physicist, but wouldn't creating something with this much power require extreme cooling? So, Tony, what's that blue glow coming from your chest? Surely that can't be the arc reactor since Yinsen hasn't even installed it yet. This looks just a tad larger than what was just shown. But don't ask him, just give him the benefit of the doubt. And still they let him continue?
I want an American cheeseburger.
Bert, you had to have a...
Billionaire wants an American cheeseburger and gets Burger King?
I'm Agent Phil Coulson with the Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics Division.
That's quite a mouthful.
I know. We're working on it.
You're working on it? Yeah, I get it. It's going to be a running gag. But what's to work on? It's not like you actually have to change any of the words to get S.H.I.E.L.D. out of it.
What we should take away from this is that Tony's back.
Huh, good luck with that.
Wire under this device, and it's contacting the socket wall, and it's causing a little bit of a...
So he removes the old arc reactor, she accidentally pulls out the magnet, and they simply insert the new reactor? What about the magnet?
Why not a pilot without the plane?
Foreshadowing. Here we can see Tony's mug is upside down, but seconds later he's taking a sip from it.
Sir, there is a potentially fatal buildup of ice occurring.
Since Tony is an expert in this sort of thing, I'm kind of surprised he didn't take this into consideration during the design process. Mark's off for destroying the Cobra.
Alright, set that.
We see Pepper bring down this cup of coffee here. Tony then has a short meeting with Obadiah, and it's clearly nighttime. We then see Tony test the flight system, presumably the next day, does a full test with the entire suit that night, and after crashing through the roof, he comes back to his shop and this cup is still steaming hot. That is one magic cup of coffee. You know, Tony, California does require a license plate on the front of your car. Much better.
Strategic Homeland Intervention
Right,
Enforcement
yeah.
and Logistics Division.
God, you need a new name for that.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
That was totally weird.
Totally harmless.
It was totally not harmless.
1 minute and 4 seconds wasted on this.
Compliments of Tony Stark.
If you kill him when you were supposed to, you'd still have a face.
So Obadiah planned on having Stark killed when he was held captive? Why bother having him build a Jericho missile when you clearly had no problem buying directly from Stark Enterprise? Instead of simply killing him and placing your order, you instead gave Tony access to your equipment, despite being at least somewhat aware that Tony would know you wouldn't set him free? How did Obadiah not only know the connection type, but also how it was machined to simply snap in place? I understand he had the old suit, but Tony still had the old reactor.
Where's Pepper? She's fine. She's with 5 agents. They're about to arrest Obadiah.
Tony tells Rhodey the 5 agents Pepper is with isn't enough. I guess they heard because I can see 6 agents here. If you haven't figured it out already, Iron Man, brought to you by Audi. If both suits are being powered by the same source, why is the Ironmonger leaving such a huge cloud of smoke? Especially since part of what makes the arc reactor so great is that it's clean energy.
The freeway and the rooftop.
I'm sorry, Mr. Stark, but do you honestly expect us to believe that that was a bodyguard in a suit?
Well, considering he has not yet said anything, how can we know what he wants you to believe? Whatever happened to no questions? I miss being able to get up and leave the theater when the credits start. Thanks for ruining that, Marvel.